how many minutes you want me to say something? 10 minutes. He said, 15 minutes. Okay, I don't spend 30 minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And it's nice to hear, it's nice to know that whatever happened in our life, we know that we have our God in heaven.
Amen.
Who always there with us. It doesn't matter if we made mistake, even we are not deserved, we know that our God loves us so much.
Amen.
And I just hope and pray that all of us, we don't take for granted what God gave us to us. Even trials, that was blessings in our life, right?
Amen.
I just want to say something why we come here in Hong Kong. My husband, he worked always all around in Sweden. And sometimes he traveled 28 hours for the train for just only one way. And I have to work in Sweden also. I work as a personal assistant. And then if I have off duty, my boss called me, can you work in the nursing home? Yes, I'm willing. And we don't have time each other. And then I pray, Lord, please help us that we can be together, and we can live together. Can be, and I'm sorry for my English because they said my English is Swedish English, so my grammar is not perfect, but please forgive me. So I pray to God, Lord, please, I hope that my husband can work in other countries so he can take a rest because he works so hard. And sometimes 25, 28 hours just 1 week for the train because if he go in the airplane, it's very expensive. And then it's almost 2 years I prayed that he can work, and then his boss and somebody, his friend said, you want to work in the other country? Yes, I said. Where? In Hong Kong. And he told them that send your CV, and he sent the CV. And when I looked at the what is this, here's email, he said, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Arvidsson, we know that you have a good talent, and you know you have a lot of experience, but sorry, you are old enough. You're over age.
Already old.
And then, of course, I feel sad. So I prayed. I said, Lord, I know. Please forgive me that I'm sad. I felt disappointed. But I know, Lord, you know what's the best. So even I know that the company don't want him to work here in Hong Kong. I asked my husband, you want me to respond the email? No. And he said to me, I told him, why you must to give up? You know that you can do something. Don't give up, even you're old, because I know you are strong. Because God has a plan in our life.
Amen.
And then I answered the email. And then after 3 days, when I looked at the email, he said, yes, we have a meeting in our company. And we know that you have a lot of experience. We give you a chance to come here in Hong Kong.
Wow.
Is God answered the prayers?
Amen.
Yes. And then when we come to Hong Kong, it's all everything like that. And then you know what happened to him when he had got accident in the tunnel. So I said, Lord, is this the plan for us? Is your plan for us here in Hong Kong? So I start questioning God.
Okay.
And when he had this accident, he is at home maybe almost 3 weeks. And then when he go to the doctor, he said, first doctor, he said, but I tell him that he have diabetic and everything. I said, okay, we can put the cast on it, so it's good. So after she put that one, I think 1 to 2 days, his sugar become up, and he have a fever. So I become panic, but I said, Lord, please help me to be strong. I will pray and pray and pray and pray. And I asked him, I want to bring to the hospital. I said, no, I talked to God already. He said that to me, yeah. And then I remember a sister, Arabia, she called me. I said, how is your husband? I said, he don't feel good, but he said he talked to God. No, God said also you must to do something. So I told him, you must go to the hospital. No, I don't go to the church. I don't go to the hospital. So, but in that night, I said, Lord, please help me that you can change his mind. But in that night, I packed his clothes in the bag, I put in the bag, and then we go to the doctor. And then the doctor said, okay, what happened? Wait, it looks like you're very weak and you cannot walk. And he said to the doctor, because what is this? It's very painful and I don't feel good. The doctor said, no, we take an X-ray, he said. And then after the X-ray, he said, no, I feel collapse, he said. So I panic again. I said, Lord, I know that you're ready, please help him. And the doctor said, no, we see the x-ray. And the x-ray said, everything is fine, so we don't need to go in the hospital. I said, okay, of course he is a doctor. What can I say? I am not a doctor, so I trust her. So I sit there, I said, oh Lord, please help me, what you want me to do. The nurse, one of her nurses came to me and said, what happened? Why you look so sad? Because I told him about what happened. He said, okay, go to the doctor now, I'll go to the hospital now, but don't go in the public hospital, go in the private hospital. Okay, he said, go in the sanitary hospital. No, I don't want to go in the sanitary hospital. I will go in the Adventist hospital. But the doctors didn't want us to go there in Adventist hospital. So, and then the nurse talked to her, explained what happened. So at the end, the doctor said, okay, we will give you the papers and go to the Adventist hospital and give it to them. And before I go to the hospital again, I said, Lord, I don't know what's the name of that doctor, but I met him in the church. But I met him in the church. So when we are there in the hospital, they asked me, you know some doctor here? Yes, I know, but I don't know his name, but I know his face. But I said, Lord, please, I want that doctor, please. So there's many patients there. And then I said, I have the people here. They said, I think you met Dr. Kenneth who? I think I remember that name. So when we opened the door and I met him, he's smiling. I said, oh Lord, thank you that you are an answer. It's amazing, really. So when we are in the hospital, I know my husband have a bad situation, and then Dr. Wo do everything whatever he can. So I know that he pray my husband. I know that, yeah. And he called the doctor. So they opened this one, and you know what happened? It's infection and everything like that, and everything is going. And then Sister Renette texted me and she said, you know, Brother James said that we have praying vigil prayer. So it's nice to hear that we are not alone, my brothers and sisters. We'll never be alone as God promised us.
Yes.
And I thank God for that one. And then in the next day, Pastor Kenneth come again and with a smiling face. Isn't that amazing? And then the wife of our pastor is there, is smiling, listen to us. And then Pastor, he's there also in Saturday. And then when everything is fine, so I always talk to, I don't know, maybe Dr. Kenneth, he become tired with me sometimes. Because, Doctor, and the other doctor said, and then one time I said to the doctor, our doctor said, Doctor, I'm sorry, because I must interrupt sometimes. Is that okay? Yeah, sometimes it's help. If you have, my wife also, he's my mouth. So it's not that you have a very good mouth. It helps sometimes. Okay. It's help, okay? So Doctor, I said, Lord, you know, in the time when he is in the hospital, I can't sleep because I'm always with him. And but I always love to read the Bible. I love to pray. And I love to give thanks to God. It doesn't matter if I go somewhere. If I'm standing there and if I see the aircon, Lord, thank you that we have air conditions. No, I don't feel hot. It's that God who buys whatever what we need.
Yes.
And then when I called the company said, what, you bring them to the Seventh Adventist? You don't know that was very expensive? So I feel shocked because they said, why you don't bring him to the public hospital? No, because in the situation of my husband, he really need some quick what I mean. So he said, do you know what it costs? I don't know, but how many days you stay in the hospital now? I said 1 week. And he said to us, okay, we was to have a meeting again. So I felt nervous. I said, oh my God, what? When I looked up the bills, oh my God, I said, oh, what happened now? So I start counting my money again. But I pray, and the pastor is there, and I know all of us, I know